Welcome back. Again, I want to continue our series on family business succession plan. And in video 3, we chatted about a few pitfalls that you can avoid if you want to be successful and avoid some heartache as you go through the succession planning process. So today I want to give you 3 more pitfalls that you can avoid, again, to make your life easier and to speed up the process, and again, to protect the relationships in your family. So we're going to go over them fairly quickly. We want to make this a shorter video. So the first one is, don't forget this is likely the biggest financial event of your life. And I think that's just a good thing to keep in mind as you work through this process from start to finish, that you need to apply yourself to it just like you would in running your business. You know that your business is probably the biggest financial asset that you have, so you treat it with lots of care, lots of attention. You've devoted your life to it for years or for decades. And the same is true with your business succession plan, is that this is a huge life event and you needed to treat it as such. You can't treat it haphazardly. You have to invest emotionally and mentally, physically into the process. So I want to encourage you and inspire you to really, take this on. It's a big event. It's important. You know it's important. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But the disconnect, what happens sometimes is business owners know it's important. They know their family's important, but they don't treat it as important or as big or as even monumental. And really it is. So I think if you can set yourself up mentally and emotionally, knowing this is a big event, you get psyched up for it, you devote yourself to it, I think you'll welcome the positive results that it brings. So that's one pitfall to avoid, is not to take this process lightly, but to treat it as possibly the biggest financial event of your life. The second is, don't go it alone. And that may sound a little bit self-serving coming from a guy that helps business owners and family businesses work through succession planning, but it's really the truth. I mean, it ties into number 1. This is the biggest financial event of your life. Do you want to leave it to chance? Probably not. I mean, do we leave other things to chance? If we want to build a house, do we do it all by ourselves? The plumbing, the electrical, the framing, and hope it turns out? We don't. We hire professionals because we're investing a lot of money in our home. It's a huge investment, and we want to make sure it's done right. We can't afford for it not to be done right. So we hire the professionals we need to make sure it's done right. So let's apply that same thinking and attitude and philosophy to our business and to our family business succession plan. Is we want it done right. We can't afford for it to go wrong. There's too much at stake when it comes to our health, our wealth, and our family relationships. So let's not go it alone. I encourage you not to go it alone. Get the professional help that you need to initiate the process, to work through it, and to complete it and implement it. As I touched on earlier, it's the best investment you will make in your business and in your life. I think it's got a guaranteed return, not just financially, but emotionally. So please let me encourage you, don't go it alone. Get the help you need. Don't be shy to get help. There's resources, people that want to help and are certainly capable of helping, and you may be surprised at the cost effectiveness as well. If you compare the one-time cost of getting a succession plan to the huge cost of maybe mishandling the succession plan, it's a no-brainer. Get some help, get this thing done, move on to running your business and getting ready for the next phase of your life. And then the third pitfall to avoid is, don't have tunnel vision. And often what we see is the business owner, has a certain plan laid out in his mind and her mind, and they refuse to deviate from that. That is just the way it's going to be. Come hell or high water, that's what's getting done. And it prevents the business owner from looking at other alternatives, other options that are available that may be just as effective or even more effective at accomplishing really what they want. So the key isn't necessarily, what it looks like in the middle, it's what the end is. So as long as you're getting the end you want, you need to be willing to look at other paths, other roads to get there, because there's often many ways to get the same deal done, and it just may be more beneficial, not just for you, the majority owner, but for the next generation coming up. And by being open-minded, it certainly opens up lines of communication. If the other stakeholders know you're being open-minded, they're way more likely to make suggestions, really get involved and engaged in the process. And that's what you want as the majority owner. You really want full engagement in the other stakeholders. You want complete buy-in. So by presenting yourself and being authentically open-minded, you're going to get the information and the cooperation you need from the other parties involved in this, and it will just lead to a better succession plan, a more efficient one, and it'll be a much happier process for you and for everyone as you go through it. So those are the three things. Don't forget, this is maybe the biggest financial event of your life, exiting from your business. So treat it that way. Don't go it alone. Don't put that biggest financial asset at risk. Get the help you need. And then third, don't have tunnel vision. Keep your mind open to other options, listen to other ideas, and make your decision from there. So I hope you find that helpful. Wish you well on your succession planning, and I'll see you in the next video.